Hey, what's up? This is your girl, Taylor Wilde. Welcome back to Wilde on Season 4, the podcast where you get the insider's view of the weird, wonderful, wild world of wrestling. On Wednesdays, whether you prefer to listen to podcasts or watch them on YouTube, Wilde On has got you covered. Please don't hesitate to go over to the Wilde On YouTube page, hit subscribe so you never miss any of the wild, weird content that Wilde On brings you every Wednesday. And for those of you who prefer to listen to podcasts, we are available anywhere you enjoy podcasts, so tune in. Today's guest identifies as male. That's right. Season 4 finally has its first male professional wrestling guest. He's no stranger to the big screen. He literally went from the NFL to Impact Wrestling, and not too long after that became Impact Wrestling champion. He needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, my man, Moose.
I'm a loser. I'm the biggest loser, I wake up in the morning, I go to the gym, I'm home by 12, and then I just sit here and do nothing all day. So
You're not a loser. I'm like that. I think a lot of wrestlers are like that. You know, we train hard and then we're on the road all the time. Why would you want to go out and do things?
yeah, it sucks because my wife has been gone for a long time because she works a lot during the summertime with volleyball camps, and so she's traveling around the world training all these high school kids who have summer vacation or whatever for volleyball. So
Okay.
during the summer times, I rarely see her, maybe for a week or so, because I think she's in Oregon this week for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, so
So
it's
you're
just
like,
me here.
you're living the single life, but at home.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say the single life. I'm just living
Yeah.
I'm just home. My roommate is gone, so it's just me.
Do you guys have any pets? Any fur babies?
Yeah, we have a dog and a cat. She took the dog to her sister's
Oh.
for the month, so we wouldn't have to get like babysitters and dog sitters or whatever. But the cat is here with me, and she's annoying, so I try to not be around her as much
Fair enough.
because all she does is cry, cry, cry because she's either hungry or wants to get petted,
Oh.
and it's so annoying, so fucking annoying.
So you're definitely a dog guy.
I'm not really an animal guy. Like I don't hate animals,
Yeah.
but I mind them. Like I don't hate them, but I'll take care of them.
Yeah.
But if I had to get one, I wouldn't
Fair enough.
because I'm like one of those like people like I hate animals begging me for stuff. The cat will just look at you. She won't necessarily beg. She'll just sit down and stare at you until you're done eating.
Oh God.
And but the dog would like until you're done eating. It's so fucking annoying. Oh my god, I just want to blow my head off when they're doing that.
I want to go back to when your professional career started back at the NFL. How old were you when you were drafted?
Uh, I was 19, maybe 20.
So
I was
you're
20 years old when I was drafted. Yeah, I was 20. I played my pretty much my whole first year in the NFL. I couldn't go to like bars because I wasn't old enough, which was so funny. Yeah, I was drafted as 20, played 7 years,
Yep.
and started wrestling pretty late. My first match, I want to say I was 29 years old when
Okay.
I had my first match. Yeah.
I feel like that's changing now. Like I feel like people are coming into the game older than they used to. Like either they start really young or they're coming into it like as a second professional career.
And that was always a big nightmare for me when I came in, and like I was kind of hesitant when I
Hmm.
first decided I wanted to wrestle. Obviously, I was a big fan of it as a kid,
Yeah.
but like with the whole football thing, it kind of like derailed my dreams a little bit.
Sure.
I took an alternate route. What I would say, I wouldn't say derail it. I just took an alternate route, and when I decided I was done with football, I wanted to pursue professional wrestling. The whole thing I kept talking to friends and talking to myself was, "Fuck, I'm old." Like, yeah, like,
I hear
do I
you.
really want to get into wrestling at 29 years old or
Yeah.
28 years old at the
Yeah.
time? I'm like, fuck, like, how long can I do this if I'm 28 years old? Like, and
Yeah.
obviously back then, going to WWE was always like my number one dream. Like,
Sure.
I have to go to WWE, and I was told that, oh man, you might be too old to go to WWE. Like, you're
Right.
28 years old,
Right.
and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll be the first guy to go to WWE at a later age or
Yeah.
whatever. And then I get into wrestling, I realize, honestly, it doesn't fucking matter how old you are
No.
as long as you still got it in the tank, you know. And I have, even though right now I'm pretty banged up, I still feel like I have plenty of it in the tank.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. It's not like you just have done professional wrestling. You had an NFL career and you played in university or college, you played in high school. So it's like you've been banging your body around since you were a teenager, right?
2 years of high school,
Hmm.
4 years of college, and then 8 years of NFL. So yeah,
Like, what do you
pretty
want,
much.
dude? You're not the bionic fucking man. Like, you're going to start falling apart.
Yeah, so I mean, my whole adult life has been in sports,
Yeah.
like either football or wrestling. So that's all I know is being athletic and being active. So I'm gonna do it until honestly the wheels fall off.
So what else is there to do? You're not going to stay home
Yeah,
and
yeah. I'm not gonna. I've been staying home for the past month, and I'm hating it. I'm hating my life.
yeah.
Like so, this staying home shit is for the birds. Like I can't fucking do it. Yeah,
It's good
and
motivation though. Like it's, puts things
yeah.
in perspective.
Yeah, I'm like one of those guys where I cannot wait. Like for instance, tomorrow I go to Chicago
Yep.
because we have shows there next week. But I'm going there a week before to like do media and help
Oh,
push
good.
the shows and sell tickets. So I cannot wait to leave the fucking house tomorrow morning because I haven't been anywhere in like a month. So
Oh, that's good.
looking forward to it. Yeah.
Well, the reason I asked you about like starting off your NFL career because I was signed by WWE when I was 20 and it was the same thing. I left Canada and I could buy beer and then I go to the States and I've got this job. I'm
Yeah, you
like, I
have to
can't
wait.
even,
Yeah, you have a
yeah,
job.
standing outside the
Yeah,
bar. Could someone buy me a drink?
yeah.
But the same thing. I'm 36 now and I took a bunch of years off and I came back. How do you kind of see yourself as an athlete, sports entertainer? What's different now in your like more mature years versus when you were a teenager besides the obvious injuries and stuff?
I'm an adult now, so I can. That's the biggest thing. I'm an adult. I have to make decisions. Where when I was a teenager, I didn't have to make any decisions. I had
Right.
my parent, my mom, and guardian, and older people make all the decisions. And I didn't have to pay bills. Where I have to pay a lot of bills now, and I have to do grown up shit. So that's definitely the biggest difference.
Yeah.
But from football to wrestling, honestly, I feel like it's the same. You still need a lot of discipline, which thank God. That's one of other than the money that I made when I'm playing in the NFL,
Yeah.
the discipline that I learned playing in the NFL is something that I'll always cherish, and
Sure.
it will always be part of me because I think honestly that's me being successful in the NFL was definitely the reason why I was able to be successful in professional wrestling because it taught me discipline. It taught me how to work for things that's important.
Right.
So going in, I had that head start against people who started with me because I know what it takes to be successful in something, and I have the DNA. So I just had to rewrite what I did with football, but just a different sport.
Right. And you've done it so well. So congratulations to you because not every pro athlete can cross over like
Thank you.
you're a big face of Impact. You're, a big part of the show. So no one's going to want you sit home injured either. So you got to get your ass
Uh,
back on the road.
yeah, I'm working on it. Hopefully, by Bound for Glory, I'll be back, and
Good.
we'll see.
Good.
When are you
Let's
coming
talk
back
about
to Impact? Let's talk about that.
Oh
I haven't
God,
seen you.
you
I've
and
missed you. I haven't seen you in a while. It's like
I know
been
I
over a
miss
year.
you. When COVID was at peak time, that's when like my divorce was at peak time. So long story short, not to get into too many details because like I don't need anything used against me in court.
Right. So
um,
it's still not over with.
well, I am good. I am good to come back at any time. Like I'm ready now. But Impact's got a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of new knockouts.
Yeah, you're still under contract,
I'm still under contract, so
so it's just about them writing you to a storyline. That's pretty much that
that's it.
is. Oh, so the good thing is at least you have your foot in the door and you have a contract
Yes.
where a lot of
Yes.
people who want to come in first have to get a contract, then you have to. So you just need them to. I mean, I'm sure that's nothing. I mean, from
Yeah.
I remember you when you was Impact days, like before I was even in wrestling, and
No.
remember. And I'm not making fun of your age because I'm still older than you.
No.
And I remember when just the short span you was there, and you was fucking awesome. So I'm sure
Oh,
when you come back, you'll definitely help the great women's division we have,
thank
and
you.
I can't wait. I'm excited for it.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah.
It's funny because it was really disheartening. I retired. I took 10 years off. I became a firefighter. I'm still doing it. And, it was amazing. Impact really pushed me hard. They did all these like big build up vignettes. I came back at a weird time when there was no audience. And I fucking loved it. And, I had this good momentum and just like anything, you do well in one part of your life and then something fucking falls apart. And it was like a real
Right.
catastrophic loss. But I think with all those failures, it makes you stronger. And I'm sure there's some sort of innate reason. And I've been working on the indies just locally and I have started to work heel for the first time in my career. So maybe that's something that Impact can bring me back as
Yeah.
like Kelly Bundy and like most of the girls from the craft like that.
Right. But
That's
I
what
mean, we're dealing with somebody like Scott where he's very understanding with like
oh
personal
yeah.
life stuff, and like I think Scott is awesome, and I'm glad he's a friend first and
Yes.
a boss second because he definitely understands, and that's one thing a lot of boss don't care about. I've noticed they don't give a fuck about what goes on in your personal life,
Oh
and
no.
it's all about, oh, you have to make work comes first and work comes first, and but we're dealing with Scott where he understands personal life is important too, and
Yeah.
sometimes stuff happens and you need that time off to take care of that.
Oh.
Trust me, I know because I've had a lot of shit in my life come up, and Scott knows, and Scott has been there
Yeah.
for me side by side, and we'll work things out. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be back soon, and I can't. I'm excited.
Fingers crossed. Oh my god, I'm so ready to come back. Like you've had a month off. I've had a year off. I am
Yeah,
fucking ready.
yeah. And there's so many girls. There's so many knockouts there that like
Yeah.
that wasn't there. Or like I mean,
I
like
know.
Tasha. She was there, but she was doing her tag team things. Now she's
Yeah.
been the knockouts champion. She's
I know, it's
over now.
huge.
Like then you have fucking Kelly, Killer Kelly, who just started, and you
Yep.
have matchups with Diana, Valkyrie, Tyre. So there's so many girls as
I
like you can
know.
have this
I know.
dream matchups with. So yeah, I mean, I can't wait.
That's where I'm at. Yeah. Oh God. As if it's not hard enough. You're making it harder.
No, I'm being realistic. So
No, I
just use it
appreciate
as motivation for when you
it.
come back. Like
I
there's
agree.
so many things for you to accomplish when you come back, or so many
Well,
people for you to steal the show with when you come back. So
I agree. So would you
yeah.
say this has probably been the most trying time in your wrestling career right now, dealing with these injuries?
I won't say trying, because I've dealt with, I've had serious injuries. Luckily, things I'm dealing with now are not serious. It's just
Good.
different parts of the body I'm dealing with. So, but I've had like major injuries. Like I remember where I fucked my knee up pretty bad. I want to say 2 years ago, and
Hmm.
I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna definitely need surgery on my knee. But God, thank God that wasn't the deal. I think the only difference between then and now, then that was a major injury, where
Right.
this was just like minor injuries and just different parts of my body, and then you
Yeah.
combine them, it's like, oh, it's almost like you have a car and it needs tires, the windshield is broken, the door won't shut, there's no
Yeah.
backup rear view mirror. That's what I am. I'm just a car right now with multiple minor fucking defects on it. So
Oh, you're an old ass
yeah,
car.
yeah, I'm an old ass car with fucking that needs to go to the body shop and get made into new
Oh,
again. Yeah.
That's
But
funny.
the engine is still perfect and it's still running. It's just all the minor little shit is fucked up. So yeah,
The engine,
that's
the
me right now.
tranny, it's just the aesthetic.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah, all the aesthetics. Yeah, the major stuff is great. The aesthetics is all fucked up.
Let's talk about your tattoos because I feel like you have like you're covered first of all,
Yeah.
but I feel like they're really like muted because of your skin tone, and I think people don't even realize how tattooed you are. Do you know how many you have?
I don't know, but it's funny you say that because there are like friends that are like really close friends,
Yeah.
and they didn't realize until that I was covered up with tattoos until like the light hit me in a certain angle, and it was like, oh shit, you're fucking covered with ink, dude. It was like, bro, I've known you for fucking 8 years. Are you just knowing that now? Like, yeah.
That's
So,
so
um,
funny.
I'm I'm like literally covered. Like the only
Yeah.
part of my body that don't have tattoos is probably from my hip to my quad
Hip
on
to
my
quad.
right side.
Okay. You
On
have
my
them on
right
your
side,
calves?
yeah, my whole leg is covered. Like
Oh,
my leg from my knee down, both legs from knee down is covered. Even my feet, like the palm of my feet,
yeah.
or whatever you call
Yeah,
it,
the top of your feet?
the top of my feet is
Yeah.
covered, both sides.
Mine too.
But
Shit, that
nobody,
hurts.
nobody sees it. It's like, yeah. I was thinking about getting one more. It's
Yeah.
funny because a couple of years ago I had a cover up, so you would like this story. So I was once my ex wife.
Yeah.
We divorced in 2014, I believe,
Okay.
2013, 2014, and I had a picture of her face on my left quad.
Oof.
So
You went
about four
big.
years, yeah, I went big, yeah, because on my left quad I had a picture of my son's face,
Oh.
and I had a picture of my wife's face on it, and then
Okay.
a bunch of background stuff to like to match it all up or whatever.
Yeah.
So we got a divorce, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to see this chick's face on my leg anymore, right? Like, what the fuck?"
Of
So I
course.
was like, "Oh, I have a great idea. I'm gonna put a moose to cover my wife's face up, like the face of a moose, because that's my name, Moose." And I make the appointment. I want to say this was 2016, 2 years later.
Yeah.
I sit down and I haven't gotten a tattoo in like fucking, I want to say 6 years now.
Okay.
So I have no idea what tattoos feels like because you
Sure.
forget.
Yeah.
And as soon as he fucking put that little gun on my leg, I was
Yeah.
like, yep, I'm done. I can't do this. Like, fuck this. And I was like, yo, that shit fucking hurts. And the guy told me, he was like, yeah, the older you get, like,
Yeah.
the more it hurts. And I was like, well, okay, I'm gonna be a bitch now because obviously I don't want to see my ex-wife's face on my leg.
Of course.
Is there something that could fucking like stop the pain? So we rescheduled my appointment, and to my next appointment, he gave me this website where you could go buy numbing cream,
Yeah.
and I didn't know that was a fucking thing,
Oh,
numbing cream.
really? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Everyone
I
does
was
it
like,
now.
are you fucking serious? I didn't know numbing cream was a thing. So I got covered up not knowing there was a thing like numbing cream. I'm talking about chest, abs, back, fucking
So
I
you've
got
been
my whole back.
you've been raw dogging all your
Yeah,
tattoos.
I done raw dog and all my time. In fact, I had my back done by two people at the same time
Holy
in
fuck.
California, and I thought I was gonna die. Like, yeah. So he tells me there's numbing cream. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna buy it. It's called Dr. Numb for all you tattoo guys out there, tattoo freaks who wants to get a tattoo. DrNumb.com. I remember this. So I bought it. I was like, okay, this shit's not gonna fucking work. Like, whatever, this will work. So I
Yeah.
put it on my leg, covered it up. 2 hours later, I went the following week. I go get a tattoo, and
Yeah.
I didn't feel a thing.
Amazing.
A thing. Like he was tattooing his ass off, and I was fucking eating chips and eating Skittles because I didn't feel a fucking thing. And I was like, I
You
could have saved myself so much pain with the fucking 20 grand of tattoos, or probably
oh.
even more that I have on my body. Like, are you fucking serious?
But you know
Like,
what? I do hear, like, I know some tattoo artists are finicky about it because apparently it can change, like, the line work and stuff like that. So, I mean, for your age and your purpose, like, you didn't need any more pain in your life. It's good you did it for
no,
the
yeah,
cover up X tattoo, but you made the right decision raw dogging the rest of them. But it's really
yeah.
funny that you didn't know that.
Hey, I'll tell you the truth, Chantel. Like, I don't give a fuck if the tattoo comes off fucking 2 months later, I'm always gonna use Dr. Numb. I'm always gonna use the fucking. I don't care what. I don't care what the tattoo guy tells me.
Oh
Hey, it's gonna
God.
fuck up the ink. Oh, it's gonna give you fucking skin cancer. If I'm getting a tattoo, I'm always gonna use Dr. Numb because you don't feel a fucking thing. Like it's
So,
amazing.
Dr. Numb, please sponsor Moose.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Is the strongest pitch I've ever heard.
Yeah, yeah. Like, too bad I only have one spot of my body that I could get a tattoo on.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause like fuck, I'll be the spokesperson for fucking Dr. Now.
That's
Like, if
hilarious.
I had more room, yeah.
What was your first tattoo and how old were you?
My first tattoo was when I was 15 years old.
Oh, you
And
baby.
yeah, and it was okay, I don't know if you can see this. I have a Q.
It's a Q. Okay.
Yeah, right there.
It
Oh,
looks like a tribal from here, but okay. Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
see it.
So I had a Q. I was 15 years old, and I really wanted a tattoo because my older brother had one. I thought my older brother was the coolest.
Uh,
But my mom couldn't know about it because she would kick me out of the house.
oh.
So I went to a tattoo parlor and I dressed up like a grown up.
What does that
Yeah, I mean,
mean?
yeah, I
What
dressed
does
up like a
that?
grown up,
Like you wore a
and
suit?
no, I didn't wear a suit, but I wore like dress up clothes, like slacks and dress up shoes and like a polo shirt, like a fucking grown up. Like, because obviously, if I walk in there like with jeans and a sweatpants, he's gonna be like, "Oh, this kid is fucking
I don't know. You're
15, 16 years
15.
old."
What do you think a grown up is at 15? Like Mr. Dress Up? Like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was stupid. I was 15 years old. I thought all grown ups wore dress up clothes. So I don't fucking know.
That's
So I
so
walk into
funny.
this tattoo parlor dressed up, had my fingers crossed that they wouldn't ID, like check for my ID or whatever.
Yeah.
And they was like, "What do you want?" And this was the best acting job to act older. Like even change my voice, talk bait, like, "Hey, I want a cue on my shoulder." And he was like, "Okay, that'll be $100 or whatever, or 120, whatever the price was."
Yeah.
Gave it to him, like filled out a sheet of paper. He didn't ask me for my fucking ID, like, and
It
fucking got
worked.
my
It
first
worked.
tattoo. And I had to fucking no. The best part about it to getting a tattoo, I still was living with my mom. So
Yeah.
every time I was around my mom, I had to wear a T-shirt or
Yeah.
something to cover it up because she could never know and that I had a tattoo, and it worked. It worked for. I mean, I don't think she knew I had a tattoo until after I went to college. I went to college at 17, so I hid it for a good 2 years. Yeah,
Wow. All
until I
right.
went to college. Yeah,
So no tank tops for 5 years for you. Good job.
yeah, yeah. No, thank. I just had to be smart about it. I mean, obviously, honestly, I think I was dark too, so she
That's
probably the same problem with my friends. They didn't fucking notice I had one. Like, yeah, so
this is my podcast. Like, I just want to talk about you, the person. Like, we know you can wrestle. We know you can tear the house down. I don't give a shit about that. I want to hear
yeah.
about you almost getting kicked out of the house and hiding a tattoo for 5 years.
Yeah, I would tell you this. I hate doing podcasts, but I love podcasts like this because you just get to talk. Like
Yeah.
I hate podcasts when they ask you, "Oh, who's your favorite wrestler?
Oh,
What
no.
school did you go to? What do you think about Kenny Omega?" It's like, fuck. That's the fucking most annoying shit to just. It's like you're in jail and they're fucking
Oh, I
interrogating
know.
you, right? Yeah.
Well, this is why I started this because, like, I've done the same press you've done, and it's
Hmm.
like sometimes you're just changing the voice that's asking you the exact same questions, and it's so fucking boring.
Right. Super boring. I will say this though about tattoo, Chantel. If I could do it
Yeah.
all over again, I wouldn't get one.
Really?
I wouldn't get one tattoo. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I noticed just I became addicted to tattoos.
Yeah.
And that there was a time period of my life where that's all I wanted to do. If I had a free time, go get a
Yeah.
tattoo. And I wish I could tell you that all my tattoos mean something because they don't. Some tattoos are just stuff that I
Wow.
saw at a tattoo shop and I was like, oh, I think this is cool. Let me get that. Like, so yeah,
So if you could do it all over again, you wouldn't get any.
I wouldn't get any. No.
Wow. I'm shocked. I
Yeah.
really am shocked, especially because as covered as you are,
Yeah,
but you
I,
committed.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, I'm dark anyway, so people, it doesn't do me anything. Like,
No,
only
that's true.
it has to be perfect lighting for people to realize, oh, this guy has a shitload of tattoos.
Yeah.
How many tattoos do you have?
I had like two baby tattoos. I got one when I was like 24 on my foot. It was
Mhm.
for my grandma when she died. And then I have one. uh,
Oh, you have a lip tattoo?
I do. And then,
How does that? I have so many questions about that. First of
go
all,
ahead.
do they hurt?
You know what? It's done so fast that it just kind of feels like you've burnt your lip on hot coffee. So, no, I'd say no. It doesn't hurt. It heals itself. The problem with those lip tattoos is they usually fall out, but I'm one of those people that like I hold on to the ink
So
pretty
you can
well.
see the actual everything.
Yeah. Here.
Oh wow,
I
that's
got that
pretty
done like
good. Yeah,
yeah, I got it done like 7 years ago because you I guess you assume like all the like saliva and like
yeah.
if you drink alcohol stuff like that, but yeah, no, it held on,
Now,
and then
can you
as I'm
taste the ink?
I don't think so. I don't recall. Like I like it's not a big. I don't think they can't put anything big. So it's not like when you get like a dense tattoo and then they
Yeah,
wipe it. It's not like that at all. It literally. I think it took like 20 seconds to do because they can't really hold your lip for that long either.
right. Uh,
Yes, a lot of tattoo artists won't do it because they're like it just doesn't fucking stay. So it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of money.
yeah.
And then I have both my feet done. I've actually gotten into tattooing later in life because I think when I was younger, I was like, oh, I change what I like so often
Right,
that I'm afraid to get something. And, like I didn't want to be that chick with a tramp stamp,
right.
you
Yeah,
know? And I think the new tramp stamp is now the like under boob tattoo, the like. Rihanna started it. It's like the cleavage tattoo, and I think it looks really pretty. But yeah, I have a bunch of little tattoos. My feet are done. Those are
right.
probably my biggest tattoos. But
I
yeah,
I do remember in college that was like the big thing with girls. Oh, I don't want to get a tramp stamp. It's yeah, because you get a tattoo right here, you're gonna be labeled as a whore, and I'm like, what? Like, I mean,
which is the
obviously,
stupidest thing,
yeah.
really.
So I don't know what the new tramp stamp is because every generation has its
That's
own
true.
thing, right? So now that you tell me, like, I have seen a lot of girls, especially like in Instagram, with the under boob tattoo. So it
Yes,
makes
it's
sense because in my era, it was yeah the lower back, like.
yeah.
But it's so stupid that something as simple as that could label you as being a tramp or a skeezer or like it's so fucking dumb, right?
I was just gonna say that. Like,
Yeah,
who decided that made you slutty? Like, I'm sure the
right,
girls who tattooed got it done. We're not like, you know what? I'm slutty.
right, yeah. Like I want to get this slutty tattoo because I want people to think that I'm a yeah. It's so fucking society is just so dumb. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's definitely like a white male thing to be like, you know what? That girl wronged me. The one with the lower tattoo. All women, lower
Yeah,
back tattoos. Horse.
yeah. Horse, right? Yeah.
All right. I feel like we could do this for another hour, but I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to do
Okay.
my top 10 tailor-made questions. So it's like a speed round, but don't feel rushed in your answers, okay?
Okay.
What's a beauty product you cannot live without?
Favorite X squats.
What is your like not your personal best cuz like we can't have personal bests anymore. What is your like what's your heavy day with squats? What do you squat?
I don't go any heavier than like four or five on the plate. No heavier, yeah.
Why would
Because
you? What do you want to squat a car?
so yeah, that's the heaviest I would go, and I usually do like 5 sets of six. So yeah, my last set is usually 4 or 5 or 6.
Shit. Good for
Uh,
you. Don't fucking piss off Moose.
I'll squat you to fucking death.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve. I have a lot of pet peeve, but my biggest one is when you're at a show and you're
Yeah.
having a conversation with somebody, and one of the younger guys, because they're entailed to shake everybody's hand that they see, fucks up your conversation just to shake your hand, or I just want to fucking lose it. So yeah,
It's
that's
so
my
hard because you're damned if you do and you're damned if you
yeah. If
don't.
you don't, if you don't, well. For the people listen to this, I'm not a big follower of the "you must shake everybody's hand" at a wrestling
Yeah,
show. I think that's stupid, but
I agree.
I understand because I came from a world where football we never did that, so that wasn't a fucking thing. So
Ah.
now I'm in a world where if you walk in the room, you must shake everybody's hand in the room, or you're gonna have heat. I think that's dumb, but yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve.
So on that, I feel like I've needed to talk about this, and you've poked the bear. So when I started, I did everything correct, right? Like I shook
Yeah,
everyone's fucking hand, the garbage man, the doorman. You don't know who anyone is.
right.
And when I came back, I was just like, you know what? This is fucking dumb. Like, I love everybody. Everybody's respectful of each other. So I walk into a wrestling locker room now and I just go, oh, hi, 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 hi.
Yeah,
And I don't, you know, I
yeah, and
don't think
that's how I am. It's like there's ways to show people that you're not a dick rather than walking to
yeah.
everybody and shaking their heads. Because like, and plus, like I said, if I'm having a conversation with somebody and you bump in and you're like, "Hey, my name is," in my mind, I already
Oh,
have heat with you because it's my pet peeve. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
but yeah,
We
that's my
should,
biggest
we
pet
need to
peeve.
change it. We need to
Yeah,
change this. Together we will change
yeah, together we will.
it. Who is your celebrity crush?
I'm a celebrity crush. Oh, that's easy. Gail Gadot, I think her name is.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Yeah.
Gail Kim. I was like,
Oh no.
ass kisser.
Gail is she's like a sister. Nah,
I
Gal
know.
Gadot. Like my wife even knows that. Hey, if I ever see her, you're just gonna be mad at me. So
That's your person. That's fair.
yeah, that's a person that's fair. Yeah.
What is or who is your favorite band or artist?
Uh, 3 Days Grace is my favorite band. My favorite artist is maybe Lil Wayne. I'll say.
Oh, Little Wayne.
Mm,
This is a dichotomy. We got some rock, we got some
yeah,
hip hop. I like
yeah,
it. Good. And eclectic.
yeah.
Do you have a secret vice, like drinking a glass of wine in the shower?
Oh, everybody. I'm surprised you asked me that question. I guess you don't know me like that, but if you ask most people in Impact what my biggest vice is, they will all say hookah.
Hookah.
Yeah, I'm a very big hookah smoker.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Do you get a buzz off hookah? Like I know of hookah bars. I've never smoked hookah.
Oh, yeah, I get it. To the point I used to get a huge buzz, but not anymore because I do it just about every day. So
Really?
yeah,
Interesting. No, I
yeah,
learned something today, and so did all our listeners.
yeah.
What wrestler has the best entrance music?
I'll in. I like the honest. I don't know everybody's
Ah,
entrance music because I don't watch a lot of wrestling. But from our company, I'll say Deanna. Hers is pretty dope.
I like that. You know
Yeah.
what, Moose? You're all right. I like that you chose a female wrestler and you didn't choose yourself. Big
Oh no,
points for you. What is your drink of choice?
orange crush soda.
Nice, classic. That's a
Yeah,
throwback to your age for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. My refrigerator is filled with them. So
Really?
yeah.
What has been your most embarrassing moment in the ring?
Uh, oh man, I'm gonna embarrass myself telling the story. So I had a
Oh,
match a
it's
few
good.
years ago. Well, actually, it wasn't a few years ago. It was against Morrissey, um,
Huh?
Big Cass, and he power bombed me, and I shot it. So that's my biggest embarrassment. Yeah, that's my biggest one. It's even more
What?
embarrassing now because I told the world, and only like five people know about it. So yeah, I just embarrassed myself even more.
No, you know what? You are in a safe space because
Okay.
it's been primarily women, and I don't know if you know this about female wrestlers, but when we take too big of a bump or we front bump, we pee a little.
Yeah, you paid. Like, I've
It's
heard that.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
pee. We fucking pee. We've had
yeah,
issues with like if you're wearing light gear and you get your period and you don't know. There's been
yeah.
everything. So like a little
Right.
short, you're
Yeah,
fine. You're just
yeah.
part of the
So
club.
I was just happy I wasn't wearing white. Like
I was
that
gonna
was my biggest fucking yeah.
That was my follow-up question. Like, did you
Yeah.
have a Wendy Richter, like, white unitard shit stain moment?
No, I didn't. The
Okay,
only
good.
embarrassing part about it is it happened early in the match, and we still had like 10
Oh,
minutes to go. So I just it was so uncomfortable wrestling for 10 minutes, knowing that you had to go to the bathroom right as soon as this match was over. Yeah. So
you had a shitty ass for the whole
yeah,
match.
shitty ass for the whole
Fuck.
match. Yeah, biggest
Where
fucking.
this is the highlight loop I'm going to use for promoting your episode as well, just like
Yeah,
talking
do
about your
it.
shitty.
Yeah.
Where can our listeners find you on social media?
Twitter is the Moose Nation, and I don't use that often because Twitter's fucking hell. And
Yeah.
Instagram is Moose Nation 69.
Beautiful. Okay, last one. Finish this lyric. When I get up all in ya. No? We can hear
I
the angels calling us. Wee, wee, wee. It's
oh
Lil Wayne.
like a cop car.
Yeah. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Well, it's really nice to have colleagues and friends on my podcast, and they're legitimately excited to be guests on the show. It means I'm doing something right, and I know I have been predominantly sticking to women's wrestling, but Wild On is a space of inclusivity, and I always want to have, no matter what you identify as on my show, be it trans, male, female, gender fluid, it doesn't matter. You're always welcome on my show. But Moose was indeed the first male we've had on season 4, and I truly, truly enjoyed him. I think we spent much more time talking about his full body sleeve of tattoos and the fact that he sharded in a very important match and hadn't really told anybody. So now, my wild ones, you are in on the Moose's most embarrassing moment. Speaking of embarrassing moments, I have none, but I do have a wonderful team I could not do this podcast without. We have my right-hand woman, my queen, producer, and editor, Rochelle Douris. My other queen, the woman who does the things that I don't understand that I so desperately need, Madison Golshani, our sound engineer for all backup things, our boy Matteo Sessa from Superkick Studios in Toronto, and we've got little baby Sam who is in training, and I know she's been doing loads, and I apologize that I haven't given my shout out to the Sam Smith. I love you guys. I couldn't do this podcast without you, and I'm so thankful for you. If I don't say it enough, thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next week, stay calm and wild on. Or keep calm and wild on. This is going to become a thing. I need to change my intro. Okay, love you. Bye.